Shalom, this is Brother Montezal.
Brother Tazayar.
Before we open up, we're going to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai,
Hashem.
Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutations to all you Akim out there that's laboring in the truth and sincerity. And also to you Akwas that's out here listening in silence and obedience. All right. We're going to open up with the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 1. He said, a false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight.
Let's go into some examples.
He says, when pride cometh, then cometh shame.
See, and that's a balance. Because when you're proud, you have manly. So since you have manly, the Lord put you to shame to bring you back down low. There's a balance. You had your period of time when you was proud. Now you finna have your period of time where you're going to be humble. You know?
He says, when pride cometh, then cometh shame. But, right, because you're going to, like you say, be brought down low. He says, but with the lowly is wisdom.
Right, because the Lord said what? That he shall esteem the low. You know? He shall esteem the low. Like that goes into that parable. When, that man was invited to the wedding. He sat in the seat. He sat in like a high seat. And another man that was greater than him came. And the dude was, and the man was like, oh yeah, could you make room for this man to sit here? And he had to be knocked down some levels, man.
No, he told him, he said, friend, come sit here. He gave him a higher seat. Matter of fact, you can pull that up, and I got something. That's one of my favorite scriptures. I think I pull this one out all the time. It's in the book James, chapter 4, verse, I think 8. In fact, I'm going to jump to the point. It's in 10. This is James 4 and 10. It said, humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift you up. So basically, you got to humble yourself, man. Bring yourself down low. Come down to a Lord degree. Because basically, you don't know anything, and who are we to get all puffed up in pride, when our righteousness is filthy as rags, man.
This is the parable I was going into. This is Luke 14 and 7. So why? You get it. That's just righteous, man. And he put forth a parable to those which were bidden, when he marked how they chose out the chief rooms, saying unto them. See, they can't mark out the chief rooms. You don't know if they for you or not.
Hell, it's like let me grab that scripture. Where you at?
Luke 14 and 7.
14 and 7. Okay, Con, go ahead.
It says, Luke 14 and 7. And he put forth a parable to those which were bidden, when he marked how they chose out the chief room, saying unto them, when thou art bidden of any man to a wedding, sit not down in the highest room, lest a more honorable man than thou be bidden of him. And he that bade thee, and him come and say to thee, give this man place, and thou begin with shame to take the lowest room. Because you came in, you was like, I'm going to sit up here with the big dog, and there was one that was greater than you that came after you came, and now the man that invited you to come with the man that came after you that's greater than you, both walk up on you and go, hey, not the man, the man that invited you, go, yeah, can he have his seat? Can you get this man this seat? Now you got to take a lesser seat, man. So now you got to take that walk of shame down to the lower seats, because now you being made humble. Now you being made a fool, in a sense. You put yourself on a level, like, yeah, this my man's, and he wasn't even your man's like that. He says, but when thou art bidden Go and sit down in the lowest room, that when he that bade thee cometh, he may say unto thee, Friend, go up higher. Then shalt thou have worship in the presence of them that sit at meat with thee. Right? Because why? Because you came in and you sat at the kiddie table with everybody else, and he was like, why is he sitting down there with them? Hey, come up here, brother. And you might not came and sat exactly at his level, but the fact that he came and removed you from the lowest seat and moved you up higher, brought honor in the eyes of other people to you, man.
Right, that's why it says to humble yourself, and the Lord shall lift you up.
There you go, right here. It says Luke 14 and 11. It says, for whosoever exalteth himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted.
Right, the Lord will bring you down, man. You sitting there trying to exalt yourself and make yourself be on some kind of super level. You know what I'm saying? Or trying to, be somewhere you ain't supposed to be. The Lord will bring you down quick, man. To humble you. To put that shame on you, man. So you can learn, man. The Lord got his way to humble us, man. So basically you got to keep that in your mind, man, to stay humble, man. Be humble.
Because the Lord knows the intents of men's heart.
Yep.
So he knows how to affect you in a way that your adversary can't even affect you. He knows how to do something that'll make you just completely be destroyed, man.
He can bring you down real low, man.
Yeah, man. Break you apart. That's why the scripture says, well, pride comes before a great fall, man. Because you, and that's what's going on with Esau. That's that red Hebrew Edomite. That's what's gonna go on with him, man. He's so puffed up and prideful that he thinking nobody could take his kingdom from him, and that's when Yahweh Shai is gonna bring him down low, man. So we gotta be in the spirit of servitude and meekness and lowliness,
Okay.
Hey, Yahweh Shai gave the analogy, man. He say him that is greater, chiefiest amongst you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull it up. Because him that's greater than the men that he's around is supposed to bring himself down low as well.
Oh, you got more to that than Luke?
No.
That's it. Okay, con. Where you going now? Let me pull it up.
Matthew 23 and 11. Matthew 23 and 11. And it reads, matter of fact, I'm going to start it because this is what the Lord was going into, because these are the things. Matter of fact, you start at the top, man. This is Matthew 23 and 1. Then spake Yahweh Shai to the multitude and to his disciples, saying, the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. Hey, I was just sitting there meditating on that today, man. Moses and Aaron was the first kings of Israel, man. They was the first real kings of Israel. They didn't have the title king. Hey, but Yahweh Shai gave them the rulership over the people, man. Because when you go into the book of Samuel, when he finna anoint King Saul, the people said to Samuel, your kids walk not in your ways. Give us another ruler after you. Give us somebody else that's going to be able to instruct us after you. So these men in their own rights was kings, man.
That's right.
So it said, Matthew 23 and 3, all therefore whatsoever they bid you observe and do, but do not ye after their works, for they say and do not. Right, because they was being hypocrites. For they bind heavy burdens and grievous to be born, grievous to be carried, man, because they was all about the laws. They was trying to make it seem like they was all about the laws, man. It was all about the punishments of you not following the laws when they wasn't following the laws, man. And that was the thing that was a burdensome, because hey, we in the flesh and we not perfect, man. You know? So they always had a way to condemn you, you know, whenever they pleased to. But here it is, they was being wicked and wasn't nobody condemning them. It says, and lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves would not move them with one of their fingers. But all their works they do for to be seen of men. They make broad their phylacteries, and enlarge the borders of their garments.
Right. They was just man pleasing and seeking the praises of men.
And love the uppermost rooms at feasts and the chief seats in the synagogues.
Right. These niggas was not they wasn't in the truth, man, to serve the Most High. You know, you got guys like that right now, you know, that's not out here to serve Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai in truth and sincerity. They really in it for their own bellies.
They want rank, they want prestige, they want to be known as a wise man, you know, not wholeheartedly, just because they want to serve the Heavenly Father, man.
Because they use it, you know, for a cloak of maliciousness, you know. They in it all for the wrong reasons, man. To get the ladies, the honeys, you know, all of that, man. These guys got the wrong mindset, you know. That's the way not to be.
That's what he was saying.
Don't be like these guys, man. These guys are off. They're not sincere, man. The Lord gonna bring them down low, man. You know, He's doing it now, little bit by little bit, man. Plucking away at them. They gonna, you know, fall off, man, and fall out. You know, the sifting, the process is still, you know, going on. That's why you gotta be strong, man, and do it to the end as a good soldier. You know, because that sifting don't stop until the end. To the end, man. So you gotta hold on tight. Hold on, man. Don't get sifted. Don't get sifted out of this thing, man.
This is Matthew 23 and 7. And greetings in the markets, and to be called of men, Rabbi.
Right, titles. These men are, you know, they all in it for titles. You know, some kind of high ranking position. You know, you know what I'm saying? Because so they can get the praises of men. You know. Go ahead.
It says Matthew 23 and 8. But be not ye called Rabbi, for one is your master, even Hamashiach, and all ye are brethren.
see right there. See right there. Don't be want to be called that, man. Hey, man, I'm just Ak. You know that's it, bro. Just call me brother, man. Yeah, I'm your brother. That's it, man. I'm trying to be, you know, no super duper high rank or nothing like that, man. You know, that's all. You know, just having the wrong type of mind, man. If you in this for that, you should be trying to make it up out of here. Slakia, go ahead, bro.
He says, Matthew 23 and 9. And call no man your father upon the earth, for one is your Father which is in heaven. Okay? Not to say, you know, don't honor the apostles and the elders, a great millstone that comes from them. Because you're supposed to give your due, you know, your honor to them, your double honor to them. You know, you're supposed to give them the respect that they deserve, man. And this is a ranking order that we have. You know, it's the spirit that the ranking order is how it is, man. But like, what he's saying is like, you know, don't be esteeming men as like God. You know, don't be, you know, be overdoing it, man. You know, to where you turning these men into idols. You know, because men can be idols too. Women can be idols. You know, possessions, things can be idols, man. But he says, Matthew 23 and 10, neither be ye called masters, for one is your master, even Hamashiach. Right, man. So don't be seeking to have that type of stature, man. Because hey, the Most High and Yahweh Shai is the ones that's over you, and they the ones that's that's worthy of that, man. But he that is greatest among you shall be your servant, and whosoever shall exalt himself shall be we already went into that. But he that is great among you shall be your servant, man. Hey, that's why the scriptures even go into saying him here.
You find it? What are you looking for? Who are you quoting?
I can't properly quote it. Bear with us. We just started going over this through the Matthew chapter 20, and I'm gonna start at 25. Matthew chapter 20, 25. It says, "For Yahweh Shai called them unto him and said, Ye know that the princes of the Gentiles exercise dominion over them, and they that are great exercise authority upon them. But it shall not be so among you. But whosoever will be great among you, let him be your minister." When you go into that word minister, it says one who executes the commands of another, especially of a master, a servant, and a tenant minister. All right, let him be a minister to you, man, like a servant. Okay, because why? Because the shepherds, they actually serve the sheep. They actually serve them. They feed them, they water them, they wash them. They protect them. They serve them, man. Then it goes on to say, Matthew 20 and 28, even as the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto, but to minister and to give his life a ransom for many. So when you in that place, when you in that high ranking place, that place is for you to serve, man. To serve those who are under you, man. To build them up, to help them, to keep them, to watch over them.
Roughly paraphrase the scripture say, he who is the chiefest must be the biggest servant.
That's exactly the one I wanted. I couldn't find it. But this one went right into it too, though. Because that's what it's about, man. When you got that, man, you are made a servant unto all, man. But that's all I had.
Okay, with that, to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, B'Shem Rakah Kodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone and Rule Will. Peace and salutations to all you Akim, Aquastas out here. Michigan. Shalom.